Hey, I'm Thundercat, and these are my top 5 movies to test your friendship on the fader. I like the saying, one person's trash is another man's treasure. I think that rule kind of applies to some of this stuff. Number 5 is Inside. It's hard to remember off top, like the full range of the movie, but basically, ladies getting stalked by another lady in the movie. You don't even realize it's another lady stalking the other lady and trying to cut the baby out of her stomach because she believes it's her baby. The types of stuff that's happening in the movie is so insane and intense. I feel like the preference for these movies have genuinely made my friends question me as as a person. And you got your friends you can watch it with, and then you got the ones that are like why do I hang out with you? I always watch these movies alone, like consistently. Well, me and Lotus will watch these movies together a lot. You know, me and him have the same around everything. You know, we feel the same about the humor, same about the horror. We got similar taste in a lot of this stuff. You know, and Inside it's on the. I feel like me personally, I feel like it's on the lighter side of horror, but it's good. You know, it's genuinely jarring when you see it. Number 4 is Martyrs. This one is crazy. It's hard to describe, man. The point that it's leading up to is so far from what it's portraying out the gate. It twists so much. It's hard to develop. To tell you the plot of it is I don't want to tell you, because it's by the time you get to the end of it, it's you have had an experience, you know. But the violence that ensues throughout the course of the movie is disheartening, to say the least. I will only make mention of a shotgun. The shotgun is goodness gracious. It almost feels like you can put yourself in the place of the people shooting and murdering. It's really, really, really out. You're obliterated. I want to say out the gate in the movie watching it. You're just kind of and where do we go from here? You know, but it takes you further. Number 3, Salò. Salò is fucked up, man. I can describe this one because this one's actually a documented piece of history, actually. The guy who created the movie was murdered for making it, or making the book, and which later led to the movie. It's basically a story that tells of basically at the end of the Nazi regime, where these orgies would happen, and they basically would take these children, and these were the rules of engagement of these orgies that they would have. You get to the end of the rabbit hole, and it's the prize you win is a twisted balloon animal, and you're just that's what I waited for. It's kind of that sucks. Salò's definitely the bottom of a bag, wet and cold, and smells bad.
How did you come across this film?
I look for these things. I don't know. I get it from my mom too. My mom was a horror movie person. She didn't tell me that until recent, because I think she saw me watching something and she was just what are you hoping to get from this? And I was nothing in particular, I just like it. Then she opened up to me about it. She's I used to love horror movies like this. So it's definitely my mom where I get it from. Even with that, this is one of those movies that if I don't think my mom would hit me in the back of the head with a book or something for watching this. Serbian Film is follows a story of this ex-porn star that gets sucked back into the world of porn. It's set in Serbia. There's a whole lot of implications with this movie. It's based on, from an actual standpoint and an economical standpoint, where it's just kind of there was a war there at one point, and there's a lot of implications about stuff like this. And for me personally, from just seeing the film, nonetheless, it's about basically a sex worker's life gone awry, in a real way. He's got a family and all this stuff, and then basically he gets turned into this weird kind of a guinea pig in porn. And it kind of backfires, and ends in full-on burning trash fire. This is one of the holy grails of terrible, straight up of movies. I think anybody I've shown it to cussed me out, other than me, Lotus, Dave Wexler. We were all nice, ooh. It's like getting a spicy burger at a fast food restaurant. This is the spicy burger. And then it's that's not spicy. That's just in the title to get you to buy it. So it makes you feel like you're living on the edge, It's I got the jalapeno burger. And it's and then, Hot Ones comes along and just this just annihilates everybody's inner lining to their stomach. Serbian Film is one of those movies for me, because I'm just like, you're left spinning. Cannibal Holocaust. It's a cult movie. The title is immediately can be offensive to some, It's got a history of being banned in America for years because of the amount of gore and violence that's actually in it, like the controversial scenes that are real. It follows a couple of narratives. It follows these documentarians that go into the woods. They make these massively amazing documentaries that, it's almost like it raises the question, why are their documentaries so amazing? And in one specific endeavor, they don't come back. They're gone, never heard from again. So they send another team of people to go find this team that disappeared. And as they, go further into the rabbit hole of the movie, where there's these two tribes of people that were being exploited throughout the course of the movie, and they're at war a bit. They find the footage of the team that disappeared. So they bring it back to the States and mainland, and they look over it, and the things that were happening on the tape are insane. Basically, it ends in the footage of these people being viciously murdered by the tribes. And that's a pretty good explanation of it, but that's not all that happens in the movie. It's a delve into nature. It's a delve into the, what you can stomach. It's got a bit of a message to it, but at the same time, trying to sit through it is another story.